Okay, good morning, classmates. Today we are going to be your teachers.
Please, guys, in order to remember what we have learned before, do you remember, right, all the classes that we had, all of you exposed? So we are going to remember in this timeline, in the order, please, guys. Maybe the first group exposed about simple present. You have to put those times in order, please.
We have 1 minute, please. Thanks for your participation. Now that we remember the title and the formula, we are going to explain some of the tenses that we learned before. Please, Maria.
I'm going to start with the first point here. Present perfect. Present perfect. When we use present perfect, we use present perfect to talk about a past point in the line, a past event, but we don't focus on the time. Our next time clause is the present progressive. The formula is that we are going to use the subject plus has or have, depending on the subject, plus been plus the verb ing.
Now, following the timeline, we have the past perfect. Here we have the past perfect. And we know that we use the past perfect to describe an action that finished before an action already finished. For the past perfect, we have to describe a past action that already started and continued up to another action or time in the past. This is our formula to make an affirmative sentence. This is our formula to make a negative sentence. And this is our formula to make a question sentence.
Okay, for the next thing we have how do we form the future. We have two types of future. The first one is formed by going to, and the second one is formed by will. So how do we form the first one? Obviously we need a subject, the verb to be, plus going to, and plus another verb. So about the point 6, expressing the future in time clauses. So when we use time clauses for expressing the future, right? So this sentence is going to divide it into two. The time clauses and the main clause. The time clause and the main clause. The time clause contains the adverbs that we are going to use after, before, as soon as, by the time, when, once, and another. So we add this adverb plus simple present. Simple present, then we put a comma, and then we put a sentence, a future tense. Will or will be going to. So in that way we are going to write our sentence using the future time clauses. For example, for this thing, as we remember, we use the present progressive. But how this time that is meant to be to the present can be related to the future? So we have to remember that we are going to use a subject also, a verb to be, plus the verb that we are going to add ing, and the time indicator that is going to change everything to make it to the future.
So that would be the remind all the tenses, and now we have other activity. Our last activity is to make a timeline with the papers that you have. You just have to write a sentence with the title that you got before in our first activity. Okay? We have 3 minutes, please. Okay, give away our timeline with all the tasks that we have. Then the winner are the fourth group of Jocelyn, Damaris, and Noia. Thanks for them.